right after the last video when I said we're finally into altcoin season, showing you data that Q1 is usually the best performing quarter for altcoins. In the meantime, Bitcoin is still going up, but not as much as it was in Q4. Right after I post this video, the markets start tanking. We've been tanking for 2 days, 3 days right now, I don't even know. But we see a lot of people commenting in that video saying, where's the altcoin season? I think it's over already. All these comments. And even though they're super funny, and most likely I'll be seen as the next Kramer here, that everything I say you guys should inverse and do the opposite. But even then, I still believe the altcoin season is in Q1. Of course, data is here to show that to us. I'm basing everything that I say on this historical data. And other than that, we have not only US news for the Fed or jobs that came out already, but we also have a possible pandemic 2.0. We lived to 2020 for the first pandemic, and now we have monkeypox and also another disease that are both spreading very, very fast, one in Asia and the other one in Africa. So all of these news, they're bearish for the people, who saw and suffered through the first pandemic. So let's look at all of the information that we have. Let's look at some data and let's jump right into this video. Welcome, Kramer here. Now I'm just joking, but let's take a look at the tokens that we have here. We have so far Bitcoin at $94,754, Ethereum at 3,314, and everything else this week is red. I showed you in the past video that everything was green since last video, but that now has changed. Everything has been falling, and just in 2 days, maybe 2.5, 3 days, we've lost everything that we gained last week. So if you take a look right here at the weeklies, you can see that last week we've had a huge candle. This candle right here was 8%, and then right after we have been falling 8.5%, almost 9% since this weekly high, which was 102,800. So we've gained everything, and now we're giving it back this week. Most likely we're going to be looking at this moving average right here, the 10 moving average, which for the weekly works very, very well. We've tested it before last week, and now we are looking to test it again right now. If it breaks that, we're going to be looking at below 90s. So we're going to be looking at first $88,000 and then $82,000, which are numbers that I mentioned before in these videos. Maybe not even 2-3 videos ago, we've talked about this. So if you're a little bit scared, if you don't know what's happening or what could happen on the worst case scenario, we have videos covering that in this channel. So just go back a few videos and there you will find it. So now, most likely, if we don't hold the 95,000 or the 95,000 range, so between 94,500, 94,700, all the way to above 95, then most likely we're going to be looking right here below. If we look on the daily charts, you can see that again, we are looking at the bottom of the Bollinger because we touched the top right here. It starts to funnel up, so it's going to shorten here the Bollinger Bands, and we should look at the 92, maybe 91 if we keep falling. Right now we've had a huge thing happening that if you go to the 1 hour charts, we have seen 16.5 in the RSI in the hourly charts. We've never seen that before. I think last time we saw this was around the $60,000 Bitcoin. So a huge RSI. We were oversold in the hourly charts by a lot. You can see the volume here. It's very, very crazy. We're still going down even after having this much of an RSI. But you can see here we have a divergence. We have the charts pointing down and the RSI pointing up, actually bouncing right here at the moving average for the RSI. So we have to keep an eye right here, because if it keeps confirming, we are going to go up and we should see some volume going up again. The volume is increasing, but not the direction. We're not going up, but we have a lot of volume right now. We have a lot of volatility in the markets. That being said, Bitcoin dominance is back at the 58. So looking towards the 60 again, we're 58.06 right now, but here we have a possible resistance right here at the 58.5 most likely. And another place of resistance is this range right here. This is not a very specific resistance, but we tend to slow down in these areas and try to consolidate, to choose a side, to choose a direction. So you can see we did this right here. Even before we stayed inside or very close to this range right here, it was used as a very clear support. Then here kind of consolidated for a few hours and then it went down. We almost tested it right here. We had this consolidation, this period right here, and now they're meeting here. So we could see it bounce and go down, or we could see it bounce, break these and go back up. So we have to wait. We're in a very, very strategic point right now to wait and see what will happen. Because right now, however the market reacts, however the Bitcoin dominance reacts at these conditions, this will tell you what the market will do in the near future. If we have more Bitcoin dominance, the altcoins will slow down. If we have less Bitcoin dominance, then altcoins will start to pick up some steam again. We have to keep an eye on the weeklies to see where we're going to be looking. Right now, we're going back down. We're currently 94 to 100. The price right here is going down very, very fast, and that is showing. If we go right here, we lost the greed again. We fell from greed to neutral. We stayed in the neutral for quite a while, 58, 59, and now we're back at the neutral again after being 1, maybe 2 days inside the greed side of things. Now we're back to neutral, which most likely will get back to the red again if we keep going this way, or at least look to 51, 50, 49 in the Fear and Greed Index. That being said, liquidations, $500 million liquidated, and most of these, actually 86%, they were long positions liquidated. So Bitcoin 105 million, others which are altcoins, we saw 123 million, and we have a lot of Ethereum and a lot of Solana. So that shows you how much there's people betting that it's going to go up and actually getting liquidated. On the map right here, we are very short heavy. So we have a lot of shorts, which is kind of the opposite of what we had last week, if I'm not mistaken. Last week, we were very long heavy, and now we are very short heavy. So if Bitcoin starts going back up again, this margin right here, this area right here, this bundle right here will get liquidated, and it will hurt a lot because you can see dark orange is 100x leverage. And here we have a lot of it. We have the yellow, which is 50x leverage, and the blue, a light blue right here, but they're very, very far away. So these shorts right here, in the very near term, all of them is just 100x leverage, which is crazy. Again, I always mention that, but it's super crazy that we have so much volume, so much money leverage 100x in crypto. So here in the topics, these are the leaps that I have. These ones were not going to go anywhere. So I'm just showing you to update the price between last time and this one. 87 for the Bitcoin one and 22 for the Ethereum. If we go to the spreads now, we scroll down, we are 30 and 41 on these. Negative D101 for Bitcoin. That one was very exciting to me. I thought that we are going to get that. I'm still hopeful because we have Trump's election on the 20th. So with Trump going back into power as president of the United States, we could see a rally right here towards this, or at least to break even, and this will be very, very good for my spreads. On the copy trading side, we've beat the 1,000. Now we are 1,020 people here in Bitopics. We are almost at 1 million of assets under management, and we are at 2% in December. And this is the first week of December. We're already at 2%. So this could be a very profitable month for you if you're just joining, or if it is your second month you joined in December, this most likely will be better performing than December was. Let's go through some news right here that could help us understand the macroeconomics, the macro situation that we have for crypto right now. A lot of people are calling this the Trump dump, and a lot of people think that we could see 88,000, a number that we've seen over and over here because of this dump that we're seeing so far. A lot of this is due also with the fresh macroeconomic concerns that we had, especially for jobs. We've had jobs today, and you can see that we peaked at minus 325 million in volume for net takers on Binance. So you can see right here, this number is ridiculous and very scary. And by looking at the flow spot right here, something that I showed you sometimes already, we have a lot of orders ready right here. If Bitcoin doesn't hold or doesn't stay in the $95,000 range, this could be scary, as it will start to pick up one by one and lower the price of Bitcoin all the way here close to the $88,000 that we've used a lot of times here as a point of reference. A recurrent idea that I see on Twitter, on X, whatever you want to call it, is this right here, or similar patterns to this. So a lot of people think that we're gonna see a correction at around 94,000, which right now we're already over that. We're already below, because just as I speak, we've went below the $94,000. So that level already broke a little bit, but a correction above the 90,000, and then we should rally back up to the $100,000. And this is in a matter of days, because the 22nd is right here. So Trump's election should be right around this spike right here in price, which I disagree. Honestly, when I see this, I don't think it will happen this way. I think this will be down for a while, sideways, and then up. So I don't know if Trump will help it bring before election all the way back to the 100, but in the daily, because right here this is 4 hours, in daily most likely we're going to see down a lot. We're going to touch the Bollinger, which we're close to going all the way to the $91,000. Once we touch the Bollinger, we're going to have a sideways period a little bit, mainly because the RSI will have to consolidate, wait a little bit out, and then we're going to be looking at a new green candle, especially if you look at the weekly. Once we look at the weekly, as I said before, it will touch right here the $91,000. It will correct, wait a little bit, and we're going to be following the 10 EMA right here, which will be holding us for a little bit before we go back up. So this is my opinion, my 2 cents on this, but we can see that we've reached the lowest oversold spot since 60,000 Bitcoin. I showed you this image right here before, very, very low in the RSI, which could be a bottom for us. But again, the RSI now is a little divergent if we compare to current price. So here we have all the lows on the RSI since around the $66,000, which was November or October last year. So you can see we saw RSI right here, very low, very low, very low, very low, and all of these followed by green spikes. So maybe we're going to be bottoming out. We don't know. We just have to wait and see. Again, bottom out right here, it bottoms out right here, it bottoms out again right here. This is the 6-hour charts, screenshot in the 6-hour chart. So we still don't know, but we have a final maybe positive news by Arthur Hayes, saying that the money printing could bring up the price of Bitcoin and make a rally in Q1, which is usually what we see historically. Q1 is good for Bitcoin, is greater for altcoins. So I'm gonna leave this article here for you to read. Not much that we should go over right here with the video, but you can pause it or you can go read it yourself, as it is a very good article itself. So not much to do. My hands are tied. I already have these spreads opened. Otherwise, I would open one right now to get better yield, better premiums, better ROI on these. But since we don't have any, and we're not going to be holding any weekly options due to the volatility is crazy right now, that could liquidate us even more. We're just going to be holding and waiting to see what will happen to crypto as a whole. So this will be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, comment down below, even if it is to make fun of me like it was in the last video. It's okay. You're not going to get all the things right, but I'm still confident that history will prove me right, because Q1 is 3 months and we're on day 8 of the first Q1. So there's a lot that can happen and a lot can turn around, like most likely will do. This is my hope. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on Friday for another video. Peace.